Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then welcome. Thanks for tuning in. So, I'm gonna let y'all know the real tea because this is not my first time filming this. I actually tried to film this video sometime last week and the audio was a hot ass mess and it didn't make the cut. So here I am, take 2, refilming this video. So as you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be a one brand makeup look. Elf Cosmetics, drugstore, very affordable. And I created this glam with only Elf products. So I don't want this introduction to be so long, but if you would like to see how I created this look, which products I used, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right into this. I'm going to be starting off with my eyebrows. I usually do them off camera, but for the sake of this, I'm gonna do it on camera. So I'm going to be using the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. It looks like this, kind of like a Anastasia Brow Wiz moment. This is probably my favorite brow pencil, period, between both drugstore and high-end. The formula is so good, so nice, but I think the main reason why I love it so much is because of the color. I'm in the shade Neutral Brown, and the reason why I love this color so much is because it is a neutral brown. A lot of brands with their eye products, they'll have like a dark brown or a medium brown, but not many have like a neutral or a soft, something that's not too crazy. Even though my roots are dark, my brows are not necessarily dark, if that makes sense. It just gives a really nice, soft, natural brow, and that's why I love it so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and line and fill them in with this brow pencil. So these are both brows completed. I love that brow pencil, highly recommend. It leaves such a soft, snatched brow and I'm obsessed. So to make it a little bit more snatched, we're gonna go ahead and carve the brows. So to do that, I'm going to take their 16-hour camo concealer. Mine is very messy because I really do love this concealer. It's so full coverage and it just looks really nice on the skin. I usually use it under my eyes, but they came out with a new concealer that I'm gonna save for that. So for today, I'm just gonna use this one to carve out the brows. Honestly, carving out your brows makes a world of a difference, and if you don't do it, you need to get it together, because if you do, they're gonna be snatched. So I do want to speak about this brush really fast, the brush that I used to blend out the concealer. I also added it onto my lid so that we can prep for the eyeshadow. But this brush right here, their e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. It looks like this. This brush is probably one of the very first brushes that I ever bought, like 5-6 years ago when I first started to dabble into makeup. I bought this brush because it was so inexpensive, and literally till this day, it's one of my favorite brushes to use for blending out concealer, specifically from carving my brows. This is actually my second one. I still have my old one from the very first time that I bought it, like 6 years old. That brush is, it's dirty and it's over there, so I'm not gonna show it. But even though it's dirty now, I still use it. It's still in great condition. I only got a new one just for the sake of the video, but I definitely recommend buying their Flawless Concealer Brush because it really blends it out just the way it says, so flawlessly. So now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the eyes. I did zoom you in a little bit more just so we can be up close and personal. So for the look that I'm doing today, I'm going to be using their Opposites Attract palette. It looks like this. I really love the shades in this palette. I feel like it really is for anybody, especially me, because you do have your neutral colors on this side, but then you have some pop of colors here, and I feel like it's the perfect everyday palette. And then, you know, if you're feeling a little spicy, then you can play around with these shades. So to get started, I'm going to be using the shade Sassy, and I'm just going to be using that all over the crease, kind of messily, because it's just going to be our beginning transition shade. And yeah, just all over the crease, kind of on the lid. So that's the shade Sassy down in the crease. It blends it out really nicely. I already know how this palette works because of my first attempt of this video, and I really do enjoy it. All the colors blended out really nicely. So the next shade I'm going to use is this shade right here called Cheeky. It's just a tad bit darker than Sassy, but it's still in that peachy color range. I'm just going to use that, repeating the same exact steps I did in my crease, just to darken it up a little bit. So that's both Sassy and Cheeky inside in the crease. And now we're going to get a little spicy and use the color Wise, more so on the outer corner and bringing it up just a little bit into the crease. I'm just packing the color on, and then I'm gonna get to blending. So I am gonna do a half cut crease, but before we cut the crease, I just want to darken it up a little bit more. So I'm going to take this color Genuine. I was gonna say Genuine, I don't know why, but and just really focus that on the outer corner, not bring it so much into my crease because I don't want it to get too muddy or too messy. So I'm just going to focus it right in this area just to give it more depth. No. We're safe. So now that that's darkened up a bit, I know that we did lose a little bit of the Wise color, but after I cut the crease, I'll bring that back into play. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut my crease really fast, and I'll be right back. So now that my crease is cut and a little bit dry, I'm going to take the color Fresh, and I'm just going to use that to just pat all over where I apply the concealer, just to set it in place. That way when we go over with the other colors that I'm going to use, nothing skips and it doesn't, you know, we avoid any mistakes. So I'm just going to go and take a packer brush. This is actually their flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to take this, take a little bit of Fresh, and just place that all over my lid. So now that we have that on, I'm just gonna go ahead and dip into the shade Wise and start blending the outer corner into my lid. So now that I brought the shade Wise back to life, it looks a little bit crazy now, but just give me some time. I'm gonna work my magic. So now I'm gonna be going in with the shade Happy, and I'm going to put that on the remainder of my lid. I'm gonna use that same flat eyeshadow brush and just pack that on. I'm not really blending because I really want the full potential that that color has to offer, so I'm just packing the color on. So when I start to get towards the middle, that's when I'm going to start blending, so it can be a nice gradient from the Wise shade and the Happy shade, so there aren't any harsh lines where you can tell where one ends and one begins. So this is one eye partially completed. I'm gonna just go ahead and finish the other eye off camera before we continue on with the face, and I'll be right back. So now both eyes are complete. I went ahead and added a wing last minute. The last time I tried to film this, I did not do a wing, but today I did, and to do the wing, I used their Precision Liquid Liner. This too is one of my favorites. I probably repurchased this about 3 times. It's definitely top 5. It's definitely top 5 at the drugstore for sure. So even though I do have lash extensions on, I'm just going to take their Volume Plumping Mascara, and I'm just gonna use this to put some on my lashes because there's a bunch of eyeshadow and stuff on them, so I'm just gonna use this to go over my lash extensions just to make them pop a little bit more. So now that the eyes are pretty much done, we'll go back to them later. We can finally get started on the face. So to start off, I'm going to be taking their Dewy Setting Mist. It looks just like this. I always like starting off with a primer water or like some type of mist before going in with whatever other primer I feel like using, just because, I don't know, I feel like everything just sits nicer and my skin's really dry, so just getting that refreshness. Okay. And when I tell you that this smells so good, it smells like a coconut fantasy. It smells so good. And it leaves my skin feeling so nice and just glowy and dewy. Like, it is a dewy setting mist. So good. So now I'm gonna go in with their Poreless Putty Primer. I do use this quite often. A little does go a long way. It just smooths everything out. I usually just do it on my forehead, you know, the T-zone, my nose, and a little bit on my chin. And I just rub that in. Please ignore my nails. I need to do them, but it's all good. I'm gonna be using their Flawless Finish Foundation. It does come with a pump. And to blend that in, I'm going to be using their Total Face Sponge. Mine is dirty. When I first filmed it, it was brand new, nice and cute for y'all, but it is what it is. This is probably my favorite sponge. This is my 4th one that I repurchased. It's so good and so inexpensive, so you can't beat it. I'm just gonna take a little bit, like a pump on my, I was gonna say brush, a pump on my sponge, and just start blending that on the face. So this is just one layer of the foundation. As you can see, it's a really natural, beautiful finish. It's not too matte and it's not too dewy. I think it does describe itself as satin. Yeah, it's a satin finish, and that's exactly what it is. You can see my glow still shining through. I do have dry skin, which I think I already said. I'm not sure, but it does not emphasize any dry patches. It looks really, really flawless on my skin, and I do really enjoy this foundation. I've had it for months already, and it's one of the ones that I always go back to, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add one more layer, and then we can move on to concealer. Okay, so foundation's on. We're starting to, you know, we're getting somewhere. We're starting to look good. So now I'm gonna go in with their new concealer. This is the same concealer that I use for carving my eyebrows, but they came out with a hydrating version. So this is their 16-hour camo concealer, hydrating satin finish. I will say that when I tried it the first time that I filmed this, I've been using it literally, it's been the only concealer that I've been using because it's so good. I honestly like it better than their original 16-hour camo concealer. It just looks so nice, and it's not drying at all. Their other one isn't drying, but I feel like for me this is just a little bit more, it has a little bit more like, you know, radiance, which is, you know, it's hydrating, but it just looks so good in my opinion. Also, the coverage is still bomb. I was kind of, you know, when brands come out with like hydrating versions, usually the coverage lacks because it's so like slippy and, you know, dewy, but you'll see the coverage is still phenomenal, and it just looks so good. Like, do you see how open that just, oh, it's so nice. So now to set the face, I'm going to use their Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. Let me open it. There's literally fingerprints all over it, but this is what it looks like. I've literally repurchased this powder a good 5 times. It makes your skin so smooth. Like, it just looks so flawless, and it doesn't look cakey. Like, it just looks, it just sets everything so nice, and this is just another thing that I will continue to repurchase because it's just that good. Like, do you see, like, is it, can you tell how smooth my face looks? It just looks so nice, and you can see I still have some glow peeking through. Like, it's such a beautiful powder. You need it. Oh, I also, this is a brush, what I just used to set my powder. Literally, this is another one along with the Flawless Concealer brush that I purchased years ago. This is not a repurchase, this is the same one. You can see how dingy it is. Even the words elf, are faded off. Like, I've had this for years, but it's still so good, intact, and it works amazingly. Like, it's perfect. I honestly don't even know the name of it. It's gone, like, it doesn't say, but it's just so perfect because of the shape. It just fits so perfectly, like, under your eyes and like in between the crevices. I can just get everywhere, and I love this brush. So now that we're set, I need to bring some color back to my face. So I'm going to start off with this, with their Natural Glow face palette. This is what it looks like. It comes with a highlight shade, 2 blushes, and a like contour shade. I'm going to take this right here and use that to begin bronzing my face. I'll use it to like fake contour, and then I'm gonna take one of their bronzers and continue on. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with their primer infused bronzer. I don't even remember. Oh, it's in the shade Perpetually Tan. This is what it looks like. It's a really nice shade, not too orange. I was kind of scared that it was going to be a little bit orange, but when you apply it, it does look really nice and give you that nice bronzy vibe. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush like this and start to bronze my cheek. Can't forget about the forehead and the temples. Okay, so now we're really coming together. We got some color back into the skin. Now it's time for blush. The blush that I originally used, I dropped. So, oh my god, the little pieces are coming out. RIP to this, but this is their prime infused blush and it's in this shade Always Peachy. I love this color, so now I'm gonna have to buy another one because I really did like how it looked. I think because I could use the blushes in this palette, but I kind of don't want to. I'll try it. If I don't like it, I'm gonna open up that broken blush and make a mess, but it'll look cute on my face. So let's test out these two blushes. They're cute. They're very subtle. Like, I will say the other one, the primer infused one, is way more pigmented, but I low-key wish that one was like this because with blush I like just building it up instead of it being pigmented off the back and then I look like a hot ass mess. So I think we'll stick with this. I'm not mad at it. Okay, blush is done, and now actually we could finish the eyes. So I'm honestly just gonna take Sassy, Cheeky, and Wise and just run that all along my lower lash line. Add some mascara and then the eyes will be complete. Okay, so the eyes are officially complete. I actually decided to not do Wise on the lower lash line. I just used Sassy and Cheeky. I wanted to keep the darkness up top and just have it nice and soft on my lower lash line, and I really like how it turned out. So now we can get into my favorite part. So we're gonna add some highlight, and the highlight that we're going to be using is from their Glow Gleam Beam palette. This is what it looks like. It comes with 3 metallics, right? Yeah, 3 metallic shades. These 2 are shimmers and this is a glitter. Now when y'all see me apply this highlight, let me just show you. This metallic shade right here, it's my favorite. These 2 are stunning as well. I'll use them in other places, but for my cheek, we're gonna use this metallic down here. I mean, stop. Like, I didn't even dip my brush. Like, this is just from that one little swoosh. I didn't even go ham. I haven't dipped back in. It's just so nice off the bat. Like, how stunning is that? So you guys can see how the shimmers work. I'm just gonna use both of them. Maybe I'll use the middle one. I'll use that for my nose and the rest of the places that I'm going to highlight. Like the same thing. Just, alright, let me just, hold on. Just like 1, 2, 3, like that's it. tap a little excess off. Are you kidding? Like, it's just so beautiful. So before we go in with the lips, I'm just going to be taking the Dewy Setting Mist and setting my face. Okay, so I went ahead and lined my lips off camera because I do not have a e.l.f. lip liner. I don't even know if they have lip liners. I'm not sure. I did get a few lippies from them. I got 2 of their matte lipsticks, one in the shade Coffee and the other one in Praline, I don't know. I also got one of their glosses in Peach Bellini and their High Shine liquid lipstick. So I'm actually going to use this one. This is their High Shine liquid lipstick in Naked Nude. It's actually just a gloss, like it's a liquid gloss. So I'm just going to apply that to my lips. So this is the final look, all complete. I feel like, you know what? I honestly feel like the first video not working out was a blessing because I really feel like my eyes and just everything came out so much better this time. Like, I'm feeling myself way more. But that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one brand makeup look. I really did love everything that I used. e.l.f. is definitely like top 3 best brands at the drugstore. That's just facts, at least to me. All of these products work so well. The eyeshadow palette is so nice. This is honestly the first e.l.f. palette that I actually tried. I think the last time I tried an e.l.f. palette was like, I don't know, middle school, like those little prism ones, but I don't even know if I liked everything back then. I didn't know what was good or bad. So I was very impressed with this palette. Everything blended so nicely, even the darker colors, because you know, sometimes darker colors skip and get messy. That didn't happen for me, and overall everything was a hit. Everything that I used in this video, I definitely recommend going out and getting. If I had to say, you know, top 2, I would say definitely this highlighting palette. When I tried it for the first time, I was like, what? How have I? And I don't even think this is really new. Like, where have I been? So I would say this, and definitely the hydrating camel concealer. If you had to get 2, I would say these 2. These 2 hands down. Oh wait, no. And these 3. These 3 go out and get, trust me, they're so good. So that's the end of this video. Everything that I used I will link down below. Don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this look. Which one of the products did you think, you know, that you like the best from what you saw? Let me know the tea. Also, don't forget to comment what you would like to see from me next, whether it's another makeup video, fashion, whatever. Just let me know. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.